What a beautiful morning at Lavender Vale. What a beautiful morning.
The weather turned cold, it turned stormy, and even our resident buzzards were having difficulty flying in it. Basically, we had about 4 days of absolutely torrential rain, storm force winds, and it was all getting rather ugly. As our neighbour explained to us the other day, these weather conditions are pretty unusual here. It's very rare. But he did point out that when they do happen, tie the roof down. But then, just as suddenly as it appeared, it all kind of disappeared again, and life started to return to normal.
Monsoon season in Lavender Vale. But everything over there is under the water.
Yeah.
And look at here, in the corner. Yeah. And further down.
Yeah, all the way down. Yeah. And the other side.
Somewhere here is our pond. That's a lot of water. Oh, the fire pit. Full of water.
Painting this wall isn't actually a decorative decision. Basically what we wanted to achieve is a more reflective surface, light enough to actually reflect the sunlight back onto the fruit trees that we were going to be planting there. And that dull grey wall that Kaya painted earlier this year, ready for some planting. has now been planted up. We have blackberry bushes. Here in the middle is a plum tree which has now been strung and is pleached out, and an old vine at the end here which will probably get moved because basically we have the two pear trees here in the mini orchard, the Mevs as we call it, and they're being strangled a little bit by the vine. So as we have plenty of vines elsewhere, this one is going to get moved probably onto the terrace by the pool. And so here we are in June, a lovely sunny Sunday morning, and we'll just take the same walk down into the garden that we did in January and just see how much the weather has changed. And yes, it's already 20 degrees here, about 10 o'clock in the morning. The garden is bursting into life, or actually has burst into life. It did that a couple of weeks ago. Back up onto the rock and just take a look around. And down to the pond, which as you can probably see has now dried out. So we've gone from massive flooding to a drought and a severe lack of water. But the birds are singing and everybody's happy.